Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Yeah, hey yo, I'm highly motivated. I fail my indoctrination. We killing each other, that's the real self-hatred. Find out what you're chasing. Is it the money or the cops trying to take my soul from me? I'm cut from a certain cloth, I don't cop, please. I just bring the light to the unseen. Black people unite, we should all be one regime. Plotting against the system, planning a scheme. They took our American dream. You put your fist in the air, they call you extreme. I do the knowledge, you can call me supreme. It runs through my bloodstream. And nowadays, niggas a shoot up a funeral. Like damn, that's what being a savage do to you? You dumb fools? Come on, man. You killed once, now you gotta kill again? That shit make me sick to my ribs. You niggas with no aim, out here killing these kids. And forever they memories live. It's like our brothers and sisters that's killed by the pigs. It's the game of life, and this shit is just rigged. Yeah, it's the game of life. Now let that sit in your wig. We should be looking out for one another, but we move around in deep cover. It's time to rediscover the love we got for each other. I wanna see my people make millions. Visions of black brilliance. Watch for the ones with scales like they reptilians. Cause the power was always in my people. You can protest peaceful until you see Breonna Taylor the sequel. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy, Drake Cobbs, man. Bringing you the enemy's public, man. By the people, for the people. Let's go. The enemy's public, let's go, man. We here.
Get your copy of Fire. It's definitely a must-read. If you enjoy hood books, this one is it. Just like the title of the book, it's officially Fire. Get it on Amazon, paperback or Kindle.
Peace. This is the enemy's public. I am Bro.Nasir. I've been talking to this brother for months on doing the build with him. Finally, you know, the brother and I got together. We're going to do a breakdown of the breakdown of Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance. I have no other than my brother, Sir Drop TV. Salute to you, my brother, Sir Drop.
What's goody? What's goody?
You know, I know you watched the Super Bowl, right? And you seen the halftime performance.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
What do you think about the performance? I thought the performance was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty dope, man. The whole thing, how they choreographed it, and the performance itself.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he performed like a real MC, unlike what I've been seeing as of lately. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kendrick Lamar. You know, K. Dot put it down and represented for the real hip hoppers. And he went through certain stages of hip hop. That's what I seen. He went through certain stages of hip hop, as far as like certain times in hip hop, and certain eras of hip hop, certain types of hip hop. And I really enjoyed it, brother. I enjoyed it a lot.
The amazing part to me is how he didn't have any backup vocals on his music. Like, he just had the beats. That's a real MC, when you can just say all your stuff with no backup lyrics, and to do that in that situation is like brave. That's brave to do, because you only get one shot to do it, and he ain't stumble on no words. That's like hard to do, man.
You know, that's like
Very
really
hard to do.
To me, that's sort of old school. when you old school hip hop in that style, as far as like being a real MC, doing your lyrics, putting on an instrumental, and doing your lyrics back to back, especially a high energy performance like that was. That performance was really high energy, and it was no breaks between songs. They synced right in from song to song, all over the place. You know, it's not like he was standing still, walking across his back and forth across the stage, bro. They had like it was a lot of areas he was covering in that performance.
And he was at one point he was running and rapping. You know how hard it
Exactly.
is to run and rap? Like just get on a treadmill and try to say a whole verse. It's not
Yeah,
easy to do.
yeah. I could only imagine, brother. It's probably been his lifetime since I've done that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? He's a young brother, and I really enjoyed that performance. You know, he was running and in sync with some of the dancers behind him too at certain times,
Yeah.
and still spitting the lyrics. I
Yes,
hear
it
that
that
the brother, I hear that the brother work out and he runs a lot, so that's good for your stamina. If you're MC and you run a lot, that's a good thing. Run a lot instead of smoking a lot. It's a good thing when you're an MC.
yeah. It's still he defied the laws of MCing doing that. He
Exactly,
got to be in shape like Floyd Mayweather to do that.
definitely. And he and plus the brother's health conscious and all that. So I think that he personifies my humble opinion of what an MC should be today. I mean, it's a few of them. Him, J. Cole. It's a few cats out there that's just good all over the United States too, not just in one area. It's some cats out there they just serious about the art form. Unlike a lot of stuff that I see, I don't. I've been disgruntled with hip hop for a few years because I didn't like the messages and some of these cats can't even perform. They make good records, but if you see them in person, they can't even perform. But when I seen this young brother go across the stage like he did and went from song to song performing them, I was like, this is incredible. It's been a long time since I've
And
seen somebody perform at that level.
and the level of difficulty and urgency. To risk to risk that at that time. To risk that at that time, that difficult performance when you know the world watching, that's like hitting a buzzer beater to win the game. Like you got to go in a certain zone. You got to be in a certain mind frame. You almost got to be possessed by something. It's like, I rap and all that, and the where he took it was amazing. To know the choreographing, to know all his lyrics, to not get tired, to not stumble, and to not cater. It'd have been easy for him to cater to a Super Bowl audience. No, he catered to the message and understand. So if you looked in the audience, you just saw people staring at him. They wasn't staring at him like they didn't like it. They was more at awe and they just watching. Wasn't nobody if you when we watch it, you would see they some of them not cheering, but they just staring at him. They captivated. You know what I mean? That's a different type of cheering. It ain't like they were talking to their wives and going to get popcorn and doing this, that, and the third. But one thing I did notice after the performance, they said the numbers in the Super Bowl dropped. So either it dropped because it's a lot of like racist people, or it dropped because that's all people wanted to see was him. They didn't care about the football game.
That's a very good observance, brother. Very good observance because they said that the Kendrick Lamar performance had more viewers than the actual Super Bowl. So that means that people were anticipating his performance and the reason why they watched it. That's big, bro. And that's a good observance too. And from my understanding, where I heard that a lot of people didn't understand him, and a lot of people don't know him. Like that's not us. You know, some of our people know him. Yet some people didn't like the performance, and some people are disgruntled because they said, you know, it's been a long time since it's been white people that who performed that you know, the Super Bowl, the halftime performances. It's been a while. And they say they wasn't represented in the halftime performance, but I beg to differ. I beg to differ. They were represented.
See,
They were.
now he didn't. To be honest, he wasn't a big enough star to say. You know, like a star is like, you know how Prince, when he sung in the Super Bowl, it started raining when he sung Purple Rain. You got Michael Jackson did the Super Bowl. You got Janet Jackson showing her boobity boops. You got like stars. So then when somebody from the hip hop cloth get in there, they didn't know how to perceive it. They was expecting some sellout type stuff. And when he ain't sell out, that meant a lot to me, because me, if it was me, I would have listened to the songs, and I would have told my producer or whoever putting it together, they ain't gonna be rocking with this. It'd have been too much pressure. I would have overthought it. When he thought about it, he like, man, I'm doing this. He not about to tell me to do no other songs. You know how they say he had a tether of songs that he could have went through and did. I wonder why he chose those. That wasn't. It wasn't about the show. It was about the message and the show that I'm a real rapper. And basically, Drake or nobody in the industry is a real rapper. J Cole couldn't have did that, and J Cole is fire. You know what I mean? Drake couldn't have did that. Drake would have had the star power though, but he couldn't have did
Yeah.
that performance.
See, the thing is, you know, he has a star power as far as we're concerned, but the brother is not a crossover artist. That's the thing. He's not a pop artist. He's authentic hip hop, something that a lot of the audience is not accustomed to seeing. An authentic hip hop. See, if Drake, they know who Drake is, and they probably, you know, wouldn't enjoy the performance if Drake did it. They wouldn't have. But he's a pop artist.
And
Drake is a pop artist. He's not considered hip hop. But most of the people wanted to see, especially us, we wanted to see first whether he was going to do not like us, how he's going to perform. We wanted to see that. That's what we anticipated.
and if you look, there go another brilliant thing he did. You know, Drake was trying to sue him. So when it came to all the parts Drake could try to sue him on, he didn't say it. He let the audience say it. So you can't say I went up there and said nothing. So like A minor, he ain't say it. He let them do it.
Brilliant.
So now if you go
Brilliant.
look at all the parts yeah, that was smart. That was somebody, either him or somebody was like, well, the parts he trying to sue for, just let the audience say it.
Did you
Because
notice
you gotta
did you notice he wore the A minor around his neck though?
yeah.
He wore
And
a
some
necklace.
say that little lowercase a meant way a lot too. It wasn't just the A minor part. They saying
Exactly.
that A was
Apple paid sponsored the performance too.
right, and then
They,
America,
yes, sir.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it had a lot of whoever put that together, for him to learn that script and do that performance is just amazing to me. They had to practice that. I give it 4 times a week from when he was announced. Because even the people that's doing the symbolism and stuff, that's not easy to do. It's hard to do the Thriller Michael Jackson video. You know, get everybody in sync like that. So whoever put that together, whoever wrote that is amazing, man.
But you know
They're
what though?
amazing.
I noticed something also. Now it's easier to dance in sync than to dance in the ripple effect. Like bang, 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 bang. That's hard because you got to be exactly on time as opposed to being directly in sync with somebody. Because my wife's a choreographer. And when they do the ripple effect, that's hard. We're going to see that. We're going to see that when I'm going to show you that ripple effect that I'm talking about when we play the video. Because, you know, that's, as a matter of fact, let's get to it, brother. Let's get to it.
Say less.
Halftime show.
Salutations! It's your uncle.
Yeah, somebody is real good at production, whoever did this, because they're good at optical illusion. Because the optics makes it appear that all these people came out of that vehicle when all they did was go in one door and came out the other. But from the stage, in the camera point of view, it looks like everybody exited a vehicle. What you think, brother?
Yeah, that was amazing. And you got to give the people coming out the vehicle credit for it, knowing where they gotta go. They still dancing. It ain't like they marching to their spots. They dancing and knowing exactly where they gotta be on stage at all times. Like you said, that ripple effect. You can have one white suit in the middle of the red one that's out of line, and you will see it. It'll
Yeah,
stick
you'll
out like
notice
a
it
sore
all.
thumb. So they,
You'll notice
yeah.
it, brother. You notice what this is, brother?
What's
The
that?
music, the music that you see them all dancing different, right?
Right.
They're all dancing different, doing their own thing. And the music that's playing behind that is called freestyle.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I remember that sample too, though.
That's a
Well, I don't
freestyle
even think
song.
what is that a sample? Do you know
Say it
who
again.
is that singing in the background? I said, do you know who that is singing in the background?
I forgot her name, but I know that style of music is called freestyle. It's like 80s, 90s freestyle. Really, that's 80s. That's mid 80s freestyle. That's what that is. And you see people dancing, doing their own thing instead of dancing together. They're freestyling.
Oh, okay. So the
The
style is
symbology,
freestyle and the dance.
exactly. That type of
That's
music is
cold. I
called,
ain't know that.
freestyle club music. That's what it's called. And notice they're dancing, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're doing it in sync and you're doing it to a beat, which is, you know, anybody can do a wave. You just go all the way around. But when you're doing it to a beat and you have to be on, you have to be on time with it. That's not easy to do. Not, you know, going
And
back and forth. America's
you
divided.
notice, right?
You see it? The flag, America's divided.
Yeah. All right. Before we jump that far, if you notice with Samuel L. Jackson, he basically mocking what the CEOs and stuff be saying. They was like,
Yes.
too ghetto. Don't you know how to play the game? Don't you know how to sell out, bro? And basically, that's crazy. But yeah, this crazy right here too. What were you saying
sir.
about America split in half?
The flag was together at first, and now it's divided. It's divided. You know, that means America's divided, and how it was. This was done so brilliantly. how Samuel Jackson asked him, do we really know how to play the game? Do you tell him to tighten it up? And that, like you said, brother, it's a shot at, what they have us do when we play this game in this industry. Cheat code. Did you hear what Samuel Jackson said?
Run that by me again.
He said you have a culture cheat code. That was a shot at Drake too.
And this is when they lining up and start about to turn into that joystick. That's cold. It's like even the raps is telling you everything they doing. Like the Be Humble after Samuel L. Now there's he talking about the joy. Watch. It's crazy. It's crazy how they put this together, man.
Yeah, I mean it's like
crazy.
The culture cheat code is what allows the culture vultures to come in. That's the cheat code. And they use it synonymous to, Sony, Sony PlayStation. It's brother, it was brilliant, brother. It was brilliant.
Hey, one more thing, and the cheat code with the first joystick was left, right, up, down. So the cheat code was the left wing, the right wing, up and down below. That is so crazy. This is deeper than people thinking. I'm going off the lyrics. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Lyrics also. And you notice they got this is right now. Right now, what we're looking at, we're gonna see the aerial view. This is a 30-yard line where they're on now. And it's an X, Gen X on the 30-yard line, bro. Once they show the aerial view. Generation X.
And the X is that on the 30, that's that Mason code too. They love the 3, the 33, the 9, the 23, they numbers because they know numbers rule the world and symbols rule the world. And these is powerful numbers. So they will have you thinking, yeah, 666 is evil. So you don't use it. You know what I'm saying?
It's actually equality. It's actually equality. 6 is actually equality.
Yeah. But the powers behind it, it's spiritual powers behind that 6. Because it's the only one you can turn the other way and it make another number. And then in the 8, you could turn it upside down like the hourglass and it's still the 8. But go ahead. I kind of got sidetracked. My bad.
Yeah, but 6 is equality. But if you turn 6 upside down, it becomes a number 9, which is born or existed. So, that's that numerology. But this is Gen X. And then they go and then during this Gen X, you're gonna see Drake's ex singing with him too. And 2 of his exes is there. You know what I'm saying?
Generation X, and then his exes. That's cold. See, this is deeper than people actually think. Go ahead.
Again, brother. Sir Drop. Did you see what the brother Relentless put in the chat? X is
what?
It's the symbol for Roman numerals, and it's also symbolic to the skull and bones. You know how they put the skull and bones in the X also. Beautiful.
The crossbone.
Yes.
Because I got a bar where I say they call me Bones, right? And I say crossing bones is poison. Now look, that's what they use for the poison sign too. But also, I'm glad you stopped it right here because you notice the pyramid upside down. The triangle, supposed to be the triangle button. That ain't how it is on the controller. They got it upside down on purpose. It's crazy.
Good observation, brother.
The R&B singer. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about now. Now there you go. You're public. You're not the enemy's public. You're not the enemy's public, and that's crazy.
They want it calm, brother. They don't want the revolutionary or the gangster. They don't want that, brother. They want the calm R&B. You know, that's what they want when it comes to hip hop, you know, in general. But that's what they want
And
all
shout out
together.
to Relentless because he called it out. You see, he holding up 10. Ooh,
Exactly.
it's
He holding up
crazy.
10. Holding up 10. Holding it up. And
It's crazy, crazy.
Relentless on point. Relentless on point. I get one in with him too. I get a build in with the brother. He's a sharp cat. That brother's sharp.
It's like you pausing them at perfect times.
Yes, sir. Yes. You can't fake influence. You can't fake it, but they try to fake it with us. They would try to influence, or cannot necessarily influence. They try to control people who they think influence us, and they'll get us through who influence us. They can control us all if that person that they're controlling, you know what I'm saying, influence us.
And you know what, bro? They think these billionaires and stuff like that, they think black people so slow. They didn't think we was gonna catch this stuff. They
Yeah,
literally like, look at these stupid people. They're ghetto. They're not gonna know what's going on. And then when we break it down, it's like they know. You know the part in the movie. You know you done fucked up, don't you? I know they looking at each other like we just fucking worked the world up. And he said the revolution will be televised. We just fucking woke the world up. They didn't think we was gonna catch this. All this symbolism, they thought only the billionaires would catch. They really
yeah.
think we that stupid, man. It's crazy.
When I learned to become symbol literate, when I started listening to Dr. Phil Valentine, he was showing me a lot of symbology, and the brother Professor Griff, you know, I talk to him on a regular, but and he sent me things that shows me symbology. He said once you become symbol literate, you will see all these things. Now I had a teacher when I was in the 7th grade. He's my brother T. Riggles. I had a teacher. I was in the 7th grade. His name was Eugene Braggs. But back then, I didn't want nothing but the mic, brother. The mic and the dance floor. That's all I wanted. And he was trying to show us all of this symbology, optical illusions. He was trying to show us all of this. And I don't know how it stuck with me. A lot of the things that I see and I'm able to see, I don't know how it stuck with me. I thought I wasn't listening to him, but when I see things, it reminds me of him. Every time I see something of symbology, it reminds me of this teacher when I was in the 7th, 8th grade. It was a brother too. He was trying to show us all of this. Brother, I got out of school a long time ago. It's been 40 years since I've been in high school, bro. 40 years.
Shit, tell me about it. I graduated, 30 years? I graduated in 93. That's insane. But if you notice also, he representing the black people. You know, it's the Democrats or whatever, but he got on blue for a reason. He didn't choose. He could have chose any color. He could have wore all black. He like, no, I'm gonna wear blue for my people. It's not Democrats and Republicans for real. That's just how they color us, so we don't see the colorism. So cool,
Exactly.
make them blue. Yeah, that's make the hillbillies red, and then we the billionaires, we white. That's why we the white stars. We the stars in the flag, and that's crazy. This shit deep.
Back to white people's representation in the halftime performance. He was talking to us about them, so they are represented in the performance. He was talking to us about them and using symbology.
And if you notice, you don't see one. My bad. You don't see this last thing. You don't see one Caucasian on that stage. He fed all his
I haven't
people,
seen.
man. That's cold.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's real. That's cold, there, bro.
You got to understand. They just did the stand of Lucifer with the Statue of Liberty with the chain
I
around
noticed
their
that.
ankles. But then I never
I
go to
know.
cell block one, and then they threw up the Statue of Liberty where she chained to the ground. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's cold, bro. I mean, bro, whoever did this, brother, this was well thought out. Well thought out.
They they went bar for bar with it. They actually symbolizing exactly what he's saying.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? On some I don't even know if this the right word, but some esoteric type stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you notice he ain't say nigga. You know how hard it is not to say nigga at that point of the show? It's time to pop out and show.
Yeah,
It's time to
exactly.
pop out and show niggas. He like, no, I ain't gonna even say nigga. I'm gonna just that's cold, man. People will be like, no, drop, that's just the radio version. Shut your dumb self up. He did that for a reason. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Go ahead.
Yep. Because he could easily say it and have it leaked out. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say it. He chose not to. And not only that, if he said it live, we would have caught it because it's live. They don't have time to do a what you call it a delay censor. They won't have time to do that.
And they would have tried to make the whole performance about him saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the
I mean,
black guy up there using the N word?
yeah, brilliant. Just brilliant, bro.
Right quick. You want to know why they used Serena Williams?
She's an
All
ex
right,
too.
she from Compton.
One,
Yeah,
she's an
but
ex.
she from Compton.
Yeah, exactly. Go
She
ahead, brother.
she from Compton. They got her crip walking. Now he go to diabolical part. Her sister died from gang banging and got killed by a crip. So cool. Some say that was they sacrifice into the gang. But anyway, her sister got killed by crip gang bangers. Then she come out crip walking. It's
I heard.
insane, bro. But go ahead.
I heard that too, and ah, that's it's a whole lot I could say about her crip walking. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna leave it at she being from Compton, and she being
Said I'm
she
gonna give
being
lady a pass. Right?
yeah she's being Drake X also. That's the X part, but I'm not gonna I'm gonna be respectful. You know, everybody know what I'm talking about when I say she's crip walking, hanging out with our people, and then what she go home to. So you know, bro, and that's where all the propaganda is at on the TV, bro. Turn the TV off. They
Yeah.
interrupted us, bro.
And
They
that's
hold up. They interrupted us. We're gonna wait a minute, then we're gonna come back. All right. We're gonna wait a minute, and
all
then
right.
we're gonna finish because once we stop playing something that's copyrighted, they'll they interrupted us at the end of at the end of the performance. They interrupted us. That's crazy.
And it's because what we was saying. Once we got
Yeah,
the once we got the exposing and representing at the same time, you said, man, I'm gonna give lady a pass. Boom, interrupted. Like
yeah, exactly.
they cracked the code, the cheat code. We been cracked the code. Like, we look at stuff completely different than the average person. It could be just a commercial. We looking at it different. I'm looking in the background. I'm looking at hand movements. I'm looking at okay, and this is on everything in life. like you ever notice like me, right? For some reason, every time I take a picture, I throw up the devil horns, right? I thought it meant peace when I started throwing it up, right? And then I
Yeah.
was looking at old ass pictures of my kids, right? And we taking pictures of them, and almost all of them throwing it up, right? They don't even know they doing it, and it's like that symbolism is crazy, man.
Yeah, it
When
is.
when 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 a gang member throw up a gang sign to you, he's casting a spell on you. You might start gang banging if you watch him long enough. It's like them hand. That's why Bloods is the 3 6s. If they all they hands gestures is they made it demonic, but it's not demonic. You know what I mean? But just evil
Yeah,
people took over the symbols. Yeah.
exactly. We got to keep in mind all these symbols that so-called evil symbols are. They were originally ours, but they were taken and used for subversive purposes. Like most of the so-called Illuminati symbols are originally ours, and they mean other than what they say they mean. You know, but I have a breakdown, brother, of this sister who did. I think she has the best breakdown I've ever seen of this halftime performance. Her breakdown, when I say impeccable, brother, is impeccable. I'm going to smash it up real quick, and we're gonna listen to her breakdown, brother. You're gonna be amazed of the things that this sister sing. Let me find it real quick. When I say an impeccable breakdown, brother, she spot on. Let me find it real quick. But they clipped us, brother, for at the end of the damn here it goes right here. They clipped us on the end at the end of the performance. The last second they clip us.
Do you know who it is that's breaking it down so you can give them a shout out?
This video is courtesy of New Rock Stars. New Rock Stars. This video is courtesy of New Rock Stars. Sharp too, brother. Again, this video is courtesy of New Rock Stars.
Hello and welcome back to New Rock Stars. I'm Jessica Clemens, and there were a couple of great trailers at the Super Bowl. The Thunderbolts trailer was amazing, and then there was also a fan-made Mission Impossible trailer, but that's besides the point. What really got me was Kendrick's halftime show. And I'm not here asking for y'all's opinions. I ain't asking if you liked it, hated it, booed it, whatever, because I liked it. The show is full of so many details, so many hidden things that probably went over your guys' head. So let's break this down today. Let's go through it scene by scene for all those details you might have missed, and also just to maybe talk it out, because there's a lot of things that you can interpret. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that makes launching your own website a breeze. This performance is nothing short of a complete story with so many moving parts. It opens with the PlayStation controller buttons, which seemed to me as something else, but Zach on Break Room compared this stage to a PlayStation controller, and I now firmly believe it. I googled the buttons that lit up maybe for a cheat code or something, and it gave me the Lost World Jurassic Park guide, which loosely does give you the cheat code to start the game with 59 lives, and this is the 59 Super Bowl. Coincidence? I don't know, probably not. Shelley Rogers, the show's art director, mentioned in an interview with The Wire, I think the video game theme was symbolic, his way to reach young people, Rogers says. She goes on to say, a lot of it showing his journey traveling through the American dream. We'll continue to note this throughout the breakdown, acknowledging moments that could reflect Kendrick's real life. Also, back to the PlayStation of it all. PlayStation is owned by Sony, which also owns Santa Ana label group, which in January of 2024 partnered with Drake's group OVO. So, you get two birds, one stone, really. We also learned that we're playing the American game. A single beam of light hits the middle of the squares. This is Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam. I flagged Uncle Sam beginning his taunt in the middle square, which is the most critical spot in tic-tac-toe. Claiming it first gives you a better strategic advantage, and who already has the best advantage in the game than Uncle Sam? Uncle Sam is the symbol and personification of the United States and its government. Now, in Kendrick Lamar's album To Pimp a Butterfly, Uncle Sam was the nickname, but also characterized to represent America, the government, capitalism, along with a lot of racism. Opening track of Wesley's Theory, he raps at one point as Uncle Sam saying, "What you want, you a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano, a guitar, anything. See, my name is Uncle Sam, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live at the mall." 40 acres and a mule, these are the promises made to slaves after the Civil War, like reparations. What he's showing us is that Uncle Sam represents a country built on freedom and choices, but it isn't. And for black folks, it was built on false promises. What Uncle Sam is doing is criticizing and telling Kendrick how to perform and what everyone in America wants to see, hence the album title, To Pimp a Butterfly.
You get that, brother? She's sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, that Uncle Sam, though. Remember I was telling you his name, Samuel L., too.
Exactly. And some people was actually saying that it's easy to get him to play Uncle Sam because he's this or he's that, saying negative connotations about him, but they don't even know Samuel L. Jackson's history. I learned a lot of things about Samuel L. Jackson, and it's contrary to what some of these fools think. Samuel L. Jackson has a history of being outspoken and telling the truth and standing and acting on behalf of our people. That's his history. See, a lot of our people like drawing suspicion towards our people. Some of us should have never learned. We should have never been allowed to watch like conspiracy tapes and Illuminati tapes and tapes about the Boule, tapes about some of us should have never been able to watch those because they're suspicious about everybody who ever stood and acted on our behalf. Should have never been able to watch it.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, brother.
And he is the Kendrick Lamar of acting. You're not gonna catch him in a dress or acting gay. Samuel L. right from the inner city.
He's not going to do that. He tell him hell no. He's not going to do that. He said he would never do that. But some of us, would try to tell us that he's other than that. And he was always a stand-up brother, as far as I've seen. And he's been around for decades. As a matter of fact, he has some type of record as having the most movies, playing in the most movies or something like that. And he was perfect for that because he has the voice and he has the sarcasm to call these people out the way he called them out. He was just calling them out, bro. Ask them, do you know how to play the game? Do you really know how to play the game? Do you tell them, you're too ghetto, you're too loud. We need to calm these things down. You're scaring the white folks. That's basically what he said. You're scaring the white folks. All this revolutionary stuff, chaos. You're scaring them. Calm down. Some soft R&B hip hop.
And he played the role too in Django. That's basically what they want you to be.
Exactly. They want you to be that overseer, that that run to massa when the Negroes are stirring up trouble. But he's totally opposite of that. But it takes somebody like Samuel L. Jackson to drive those points home and let us know, show us these type of Negroes. You know what I mean? And he's just totally the opposite of the part that he played. Let's get this.
Kendrick choosing now, Black History Month in America, where they're actively trying to strip the rights away from many minorities, is so impactful. And he's doing it in such a way. Like, I'm happy to be Black, but like, I'm very happy to be Black. This is also coming on the heels of the Louisiana lawmakers demanding a family-friendly halftime, citing past vulgar performances. And a lot of those vulgar performances are POCs. Don't ask us to perform if you're going to criticize it. Uncle Sam wears a custom boat ensemble.
But they don't say anything about, they say in vocal performances, but they don't say that when Justin Timberlake snatched Janet Jackson's piece of clothing off her, exposing her. They had nothing to say about that. Nothing.
Now imagine if a black dude would have snatched it off Taylor Swift. Oh, crucified.
Oh yeah, he'll probably perform nowhere else. He'll probably be blackballed.
Yeah, because you know Timberlake was a white guy.
Exactly.
And they like, man, we'll take y'all biggest star and expose her. And that's what they did on that Super Bowl.
And then after that, after her brother passed away, they tried to turn Justin Timberlake into him. But it didn't work. We didn't accept it. Because out of all people that they tried to put a song out with Michael Jackson, it was Justin Timberlake. And the song was short-lived. It was very short-lived. They just threw something together, put him on the track, and the shit was whack.
Piece suit and an overcoat. The placement of the stars is interesting. There are 14 stars on his jacket, and a flag believed to be from 1846 to 1848, anticipating the coming Civil War, does feature 14 stars, not representing all the states of the Union, but only the free states where slavery was illegal. It could represent that, but it might just be an array of different stars. There's a lot of interpretation you can make for it. Kendrick opens upon the classic GNX that graces the album cover, but it is not the exact one. This one was gutted and turned into a clown car, according to the art director. He's repping an unreleased track, Bodies, or Tiramisu, if you want to call it that. It was used to promote the GNX album a while back. Kendrick is rocking a royal blue varsity jacket, custom made by Martine Rose, who he's worked with much in the past. The front of the jacket reads Gloria, a reference to the last song on the GNX album, and Gloria is also in red and white on the blue coat, similar to the American type of colors we're going to be seeing all throughout this performance. The back has a large PG Lang, the company Kendrick and Dave Free, the director of Not Like Us, share. Above the PG Lang, it says Compton, Kendrick's hometown, which you should know by now. He's also rocking the Nike Air DT Max 96s, a backwards turned cap with the Romanov Diamonds Angel Wing brooch. He's got the G National for Grand National patch, you know, the all I ever wanted was the Black Grand National, Wop Wop Wop, which is from Not Like Us. On the other side, 2025 and KOW, which, you know, I was writing this very late, couldn't figure that out. I'm sure it just means one of the songs, but you yell at me. Tell me what you think it is. And of course, an A minor chain. This chain also refers to Dave Free and Kendrick's company, PG Lang, where this is also their logo. The two children holding up the A may look familiar because towards the end of the performance, we see people in the back waving the flag. As he continues singing on the car's hood, people start jumping from the vehicle and the trunk everywhere and wearing red, white, and blue. Later, we'll see them scattered, symbolizing America's current cultural divide. In our great nation's pigments, there's a lot of symbolism behind the colors. Red symbolizes valor and bravery, and if you pay really close attention, the people in red are always trailing Kendrick, watching his back and ready to squabble up. White represents innocence and purity. These are the men dancing at the beginning in their own little bubble, unfazed, singing under the streetlights, and when everyone falls to the ground dancing toward the end, they're still standing, dancing innocently. Blue represents vigilance and justice, and those in the blue we see trailing those in the red, protecting Kendrick, dancing with SZA and Kendrick on the triangle stage, protecting SZA and Kendrick. They also represent the part of the American flag with our stars representing each state, which could further represent the justice we seek for Black men in America. Some folks have also interpreted it as the blue and red gang, since we know Kendrick's upbringing, and this could also represent their hopeful unity to combat the American game that's rigged against us. There's a lot of ways to interpret this scene, and I think everybody's points are valid. You just need to know the message or get the message across, or actually just talk about it, because more word of mouth for the message, activism. The music halts with a screech, and we're left behind with only the red dancer.
Picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
I don't think I really need to explain this one, but in case if I do, again, while rights are being stripped in America from minorities, we see explicit hate for most folks. Their freedom in the US is taken away and our government's loss of morality. This isn't necessarily a wake-up call, but we need order and change, which Kendrick is forcing you to see. You can't turn away from this. This is one, if not the most watched program in the United States. Additionally, we will speak to this in a larger portion of the video later, but note how everyone came out of the same car, but we'll later see them be divided and segregated, or separated if you don't like the word segregate. Then they play Squabble Up, and we see the men in white dancing in the front, while those in the red dance in the back in a more uniformed march. I think these are the same men who appear later in Man at the Garden. These are the turf fiends who also showed up during Squabble Up in the music video. Notice how they enter Dancing with Kendrick. If this performance follows his journey in the American game or the American dream, it begins with him being himself in America, not liking it. Don't shoot the messenger, but if your website only works if I log in on my laptop using some weird browser that hasn't had an update in 6 years, then your website doesn't really work at all. Lucky for you, making a website is easier than ever thanks to Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one tool that gives you everything. So in our neighborhoods or in our lives, we're actually focusing on the differences. Also, these 100 plus dancers were choreographed by Charm LaDonna, who did not like us. She is on top of it. Then Uncle Sam comes in for more play. Uncle Sam's not happy with the way Kendrick's playing the American game. Now, remember what I mentioned earlier and how Kendrick sees Uncle Sam. Not only is he being pimped by Big Greed in front of us, but the game wasn't really made for black folks. You're meant to assimilate and adapt to what Uncle Sam wants from you, and he promises that you'll get something if you fit his narrative. Additionally, it's not hard to assume a lot of America will criticize Kendrick's performance Monday morning as loud, reckless, and ghetto. These are also common words used to tear us down. And then this perfectly segues us into Humble, a song
Loud, reckless, and ghetto. You know what that code word is?
What's that?
Nigga. Nigga. When they say thug, when they say loud, reckless, ghetto, they saying they got that nigga on stage. That's what they're saying.
And what's crazy though, what they saying is actually a compliment. We'll fuck y'all niggas up. We loud as hell when you gonna hear us coming. We ain't about to creep behind your back, and we reckless. So they make it look bad when they say that, but in reality, that's exactly what they scared of.
Yeah, but we need to understand that the word nigga was, again, they take even words and use them for subversive purposes, you know. And if you know what the real meaning of nigger, if they knew, they'll stop calling us that. If they knew what the word nigger really meant, they would not call us a nigger. They'll go to their child tonight and say, don't you ever call black man nigger, because you'll be calling him a king, a teacher, a wise man. That's what the word really means. It was turned to what it is today. But if you look up that word nigger, it don't mean, it's not a negative connotation that they use, that they turned it into. If they knew what nigger meant, really meant, they would stop calling us that instantaneously.
Song that is about being humble
So
and arrogant at the same time.
What wasn't it like the Nigas or something like that? The Niggas or something like that?
Yep, exactly. Exactly. They would stop calling us that.
Read it as Kendrick telling other rappers to be humble, but I always read it as both that and him doing the same thing, reminding himself to be humble, seeing as where he came from. He could also be, you know, telling America to be humble right now at the Super Bowl because we know who's in the audience. And then you see the dancers positioned like the American flag, though it's divided right down the middle. This is probably my favorite sequence and has so many messages, maybe things you did or didn't notice. America's got a cultural divide going on right now, and we see it choreographed here with Kendrick standing in the middle of the divide, representing our nation. But this could also represent he's helping bring us back together. It doesn't necessarily have to be Kendrick, but like he said, the revolution's about to be televised. You picked the right time, just the wrong guy. He's showing us, all of us, the problem in America right now. And I think it's important to flag that these are all black men with different outfits, accessories, and looks, but still.
He said you picked the right time, but the wrong guy. And I understood what he meant when he said that. If you think I'm going to come up here and sell out and perform and do what you want me to do up here, you got another thing coming. You picked the wrong guy if that's what you expect. But it's the right time.
Yeah, basically saying if you expect me to do what Drake could do, because Drake would have went up there and been a little puppet, man. He would have never did the flag split down the middle. He would have never did none of that. He would have did exactly what they wanted him to do. Probably really had an A minor up on stage dancing with her. Well, she'll probably be of age, but barely. And yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, they right now thinking. Remember when I said earlier, you effed up, don't you? You know you effed up. They know they effed up putting that boy up there too. They know it.
Exactly.
Still, to me, this is very symbolic of America being built on the backs of Black people. It's right there in front of us, I gotta say. Everyone scatters when he imitates gun firing. In the stands, you see it says stage 1. We're only at the beginning. And if this is Kendrick's journey through the American game or dream, we just got snippets of the gun and street violence while he performs DNA. This song is about racism and how we're treated when we carry so much history and culture and life, no matter how people stereotype us to be. The colors no longer form the flag, they all blend together now. And we're no longer divided, but harmonious and protecting each other. Where there is beauty and celebration in the hood, there are also times of extreme hardships and grief at the hands of inescapable violence. And we see that part of Kendrick's American game playing out here. The lights in the stand now spell out warning wrong way, and I think it can mean two things. Notice how we began near the square, then trekked all the way to the triangle, and then he'll turn around and strut back towards the beginning. I think this could be more commentary on how, as a nation, even divided, we're going backwards. Though you could also interpret it as Uncle Sam's warning in the American game. He's clearly not playing it right, Kendrick, so he's warning him to get back to something more palatable. And then, oh boy, we get Euphoria, the Drake song. This song came after Push Ups, a song catered to dissing Kendrick and using Euphoria, the name of the show Drake is an executive producer of. You know, that show that's centered around high schoolers and their rambunctious lives. Wonder why he's producing it. This is clearly a road, and we see all these street lights, and you can see that people are balanced on the street lights, looking up at the stars, or, you know, the night lights of the game. Kendrick released a short film with PG Lang titled Welcome to PG Lang. It featured him balanced on street lights like a cloud, just like this. This video incorporates numerous visual motifs, focusing on disengaging from your phone or overstimulation and embracing the present. You could also focus on the past or the future if you wanted. Though Kendrick on the streetlight is questioned, I wondered what he's thinking up there or whether he's thinking at all. And I think these boys on the street lamps represent Kendrick's break after Damn and the writer's block he mentioned in Morale and the Big Steppers. One of the men is wearing a hat that says Peekaboo, and we'll see that this is the next song in the performance. Then Uncle Sam comes back for more. Uncle Sam is still not here for the Black culture and representation. He doesn't want us to show our authentic selves. Kendrick ain't listening to what he's telling him to do, so he has the scorekeeper deduct one life. This is to slow us down, to keep us apart when we're unified. However, this is also like a typical tactic. If we
letting us know that it's a you get penalized for this type of bravery and audacity, and for telling the truth, you get penalized for that. You get deducted. That's what happens. You know, this was done very brilliantly, and he couldn't have used nobody better than Samuel Jackson. This was perfect. What you think, brother?
Like I said, just by his name being Sam, that alone. See what people like. I know a lot of people don't even like believe in the devil and God, which I don't neither. Not in the concept they give it to us, but you know how they say the devil is the greatest deceiver. I just saw God trick the devil right in front of my eyes. I just saw him tricking. You thought y'all had one, and what you really did was open the eyes of so many people that listen to rap. They it's a certain mind frame. Now everybody that listen to rap, besides people like us, they thinking deeper now. They might start going off into flat earth, or they might start going off into this or that and the third instead of sexy red. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, and that's really what they're afraid of, and that's why they had the meeting back in 1989, 1990, because the hip hop artists were influencing their children, and their children were becoming rebellious against them. So hip hop really is the number one influence when it comes to a genre of music. You can barely hear any genre of music without them having somebody spitting on the song. I mean, even country music, rock and roll, and R&B, you name the music, they have some type of hip hop star rhyming. Either they're trying to do it or they'll have some type of hip hop influences in every genre of music today. But of course, we know it didn't start off that way, and you can barely hear music now today without hip hop influences. Barely.
If we don't behave or we're not what they're looking for, we're chastised. What's also very important about this scene is that Uncle Sam stares down the barrel of the camera at the viewers of America, addressing all of America, and says, "Scorekeeper, deduct one life." Are we the scorekeepers for Uncle Sam? He makes the command and we're supposed to follow? I mean, maybe not me, but y'all, America. I'm also America, but I'm black in America. It's a different game. We're now at Peekaboo, and Kendrick literally jump scared us all in this little cute appearance. Where before
he also dwelled on, that the meeting back in 1989 when the prison industrial complex had a meeting with the record executives, and they changed the whole trajectory of hip hop. They married the criminality and the jail culture to hip hop. Brothers were, and they added the commercialism, and they added the frivolous spending and the balling and all the reckless behavior. All that was purposely added to the genre of music, and they started putting sub producers, sub record label owners. That's when the Diddy's came in, all these other people came in, and I say it all the time. If you become a tool of these people, you will not be a tool collecting dust in a shed when they're done with you. When they're done with you, they're going to break you, and we're witnessing that now. They're going to break you. They know you did it because they was doing it with you. And that's what he's dwelling on. They're tools. Diddy was a tool. He was a willing participant, but he was a tool. And hip hop changed a whole lot from 89 to what it is today. And the criminality.
Yeah, remember
the balling, the reckless spending, you spending money on all this jewelry. Because at one time we had taken the gold off, bro. And they peddled something else in there. They peddled, bro, they duped us. But you have an agent and a double agent. You have a cross. Do you have a double cross? They crossed us twice, brother. They double crossed us with the jail culture, the frivolous spending, and then they sent another agent in by the name of Africa Bambaataa, and they tied the African culture to hip hop. They double crossed us.
And they pushed that to make people think everybody came out of Africa. That's when you started getting them. So when we took the gold off, we put on the African medallions.
Exactly.
Public Enemy, the first people that took the gold off. Flavor Flav started wearing a clock. Now we could afford a clock. We couldn't afford them big cables Rakim and them was wearing. But once they started making stuff we could afford, the fake Michael Jackson jacket, all that's over with. Shaq tried to bring it back, and people clowned him for his Shaq shoes. He like, man, this is the exact same leather, the exact same rubber, but since it ain't got that logo on it, and it costs cheap, then people think it's cheap. But it's the same. It's basically back then, it was the same shoe when he was signed with Reebok, with the same material, the same quality. But if you wore the Shaqs, they like, oh, you broke, you ain't got no money. That's when it started changing. He tried to bring it back, saying, man, I don't think people should be spending $100 on some tennis shoes. So Michael Jordan said, man, I didn't even make these shoes for the ghetto. And they took it as it was some like cool stuff. No, he like, no, man, this was for rich folks. I didn't think y'all was just gonna be buying these Jordans like that. They knew
You know what?
y'all was, because go ahead, you got it.
That's ignorance, brother. Michael Jordan know better than that. That was ignorant as hell for him to say. He knew back from before he even became a professional ball player that people were going to buy those damn sneakers because his name was on them. People were watching him. When the Air Jordan first came out, I was probably 11th, 12th grade when the first ones came out. And he knew it was going to be a frenzy with those sneakers. You're saying that 30, 40 years later. You know how long the Jordan been out? The Jordan been out over 40 years, bro. The Air Jordan sneaker been out over 40 years. So you can't tell me he didn't know that.
And then invested in prisons where that's how you get to prison, trying to afford his tennis shoes. And then he invested his money in prisons and penitentiaries. That's crazy. You right. He knew. They all knew.
He knew, and not only that, he didn't go to the people and said, I want my product that I'm endorsing affordable to my people. He didn't go to them and say that. Even if he went after the fact, it'd have made him look like he was, some sort of noble, but he didn't even go after the fact. The sneakers was cheaper when I was a young man. They're more expensive now than ever.
And it's the same shoe. They ain't even upgrade the Jordan 1s or nothing. It's the same shoe, that cheap old shoe. Man, you hooping some Jordans 2 or 3 times, they got a crease in the toe. All you can do is wear them. You can't hoop in them. Your feet will kill. Your feet will be hurting like a mug. But look, I asked, they whole life be scripted. I asked Bron's mom, I'm like, hey, when did you know Bron was gonna be Bron? And she gave me this look, this ghostly look, and said when he was born. I'm like, damn. She basically saying, man, don't ask me nothing about that, please, like that. It wasn't when he was, trying to stunt. When he was born, I knew my baby was gonna be. No, I said, when did you know Brown was going? Because I know her, I know Glow and all that. And she just looked at me and was like, when he was born. So she knew when she got pregnant what was inside of her. Now, mind you, who was his dad? Nobody knows. Who was Jordan's dad? Got killed because Jordan was gambling. You understand? It's I don't know. I'm kind of ranting, but it's kind of it's more than, like you said. Jordan knew when he was 16, all this was gonna be influential. It's not like something just happened. Like, you know what I mean? Shit don't just happen. Shit happen for a reason, and it's scripted. All that they know who the one last thing they know who the next 10 presidents. Go ahead, you
exactly. You know who got him that deal with Nike? You'll never guess who got him that deal with Nike. Somebody who's far from a sellout got him that deal with Nike.
Spike Lee.
Prince. Prince got him that deal. Somebody who's far from a sellout got him that deal with Nike.
Forming now on the giant X, and each limb feels like a different island with a different group of people, hence their different choreographies. This could also represent the other communities, different groups of folks who have been divided but waiting for something to bring them together, a common ground maybe, a mission, what have you. In this case, it's Kendrick who leads them all to the free limb. Kendrick mentions, I want to perform their favorite song, but they love to sue, trolling Drake and his team for filing a lawsuit against Universal Music Group for promoting Not Like Us. And he says he'll think about it, but slows it down, and Uncle Sam ain't happy, but then the ladies come out in red, and SZA is here, and we get Luther, which is my favorite song. I love Luther. Our girl is perfect. I'm having such a fun time watching her perform with Kendrick. Their little step two to each other is so nice. And you know what? I'll say it. If you guys want to buy me a ticket to their concert, I'll take it. I'll take any free ticket my way. I can't afford it. Also, this is exactly what happened with Renaissance. I couldn't afford it and then watched my friend just show up randomly. And then no one told me I don't know. I'm ranting now. I just want a ticket to this concert. I just can't afford it. But I know it's going to be great. Someone record it. Send it to me. Then we get All the Stars, which you might know from Black Panther, of course, because it's a great duet. We've now grouped back together, men, women, red, white, and blue. Then Uncle Sam comes back, congratulating them on the song. That is until he summed up the entire performance. There's a cultural divide in America. He's addressed and shown you in under 15 minutes, a performance for the masses to ponder or to seek to understand. 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. The promise was bigger than the prize, and they tried to rig the American game against us, systemically and structurally bound to prejudicial laws, unfair treatment, or disadvantages, segregation, gentrification, voter suppression, all of the above. However, for Kendrick, it's him being a puppet to the industry and wanting to be true to himself, and you can't fake influence. Then we get Not Like Us.
This is impeccable how she broke all that down. You know, it goes back to why other people come here. You know, the American dream, we don't benefit from or have the American dream, you know, when we're natural to this land. We don't have the advantage of having the American dream. Now, when others come here, they come here for the American dream. And by who they align themselves with and what they check on the census and who they identify lets us know what the American dream is. If you look at anybody who come here, what they check on the census when they come here, they identify as white. Even people from Africa will identify as white. Being white is the American dream to those who come here.
Us, and we're all back together dancing again. Kendrick smiles, but he says, "Hey Drake," and this is honestly the cutest thing in the world. Also, our man doesn't even have to say P3DO. The crowd screamed a minor. They screamed the words for him. Then we see Serena sea walking. In the Squabble Up video, we also saw a young girl dancing like this with her tennis skirt and outfit. There was an idea that she represented Serena and Venus Williams, who also grew up in Compton. This could be a nod to Serena's controversial dance during the Olympics, which she was criticized for, and speaks to the entire message Kendrick's been saying through the performance. Y'all support her when she's quiet and plays tennis, but God.
Oh, I can get with this breakdown. I definitely can get with this breakdown. She did do the sea walk when she won at Wimbledon, and they criticized her for that. And when she played, you know, tennis, and they had this persona about her, and then they started all of a sudden making cartoons about her being this crazed young lady. Yeah, I can get with this breakdown. That's what caused it, and that was the you know, not necessarily a mop, but that's why they did it.
And she really is a crypto or something like that. Like in Compton, it's basically almost not a choice in some of them neighborhoods. Like they're not gang bangers. It started from organized neighborhood protection. The stuff we trying to do is what gangs used to do till they got infiltrated. But like growing up in Compton, you born into it. It's that normal. So her crip walking and all that was really her showing herself. Like, this is me not selling out. If y'all want the real me, this is the real me. And she got to show it. Because you don't just learn how to do that just by watching somebody. Well, I guess you can. But I know growing up in Compton,
Yeah, I agree.
Go
I
ahead, you
agree.
got it.
And I was disagreeing with you. Yeah.
No, I don't think he was a gang banger. It's a big difference from a gang member. Like Snoop is a gang member. He ain't banging. He ain't killing nobody. He ain't selling no dope. But you notice they get in high places. That Crip and Blood, like that's like I was telling you earlier. That's why they throw up all the symbols. That's a government push things. GD, BD, Crip, Blood. That's all put
Tell them
by the
again.
government, man.
Tell them again, brother. Let me tell you something. The Crips came out of the Panther Party. That's why they're called bastards of the party. The Crips were first, Bloods came second, and they were not gangs. The CIA made them gangs. When CIA operatives were done with their assignments overseas, they were sent in to our communities to infiltrate all of our organizations, all of them, including the Bloods, the Crip, the Nation of Islam, the Black Panther Party, and they turned those organizations to what they are today. They were not gang. They were the vanguard of our community, and they were our answer to corrupt cops. All of these organizations were our answer to corrupt cops. So they sent in, because they couldn't have done it themselves, so they sent people in that looked like us to do it. And they, some of them don't even really see these brothers going at each other like that. I know
And look
it's
at
driving. I know it's driving our enemy crazy that they're not, but I'm happy that they're not.
and look at the irony of it, right? That's what Public Enemy represented. You know, the Black Panthers, they bear arms, they had their pistols out, everything. They protected. GD stand for growth and development. All these things was right. What was I about to say? So cool when damn man, I just had a brain freeze, man. Oh man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the
PE, you really
gang
had
got that let me get it.
that's one
Oh
W's.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it just came back to me. So now cool. And then you see the California fires, right? And Public Enemy got a song called what? Burn, Hollywood Burn. You know what I mean? That song
Yeah,
aged so perfect. So now it's the spiritual guys that's doing it. Like since we can't do it in the flesh, our ancestors is amazing. You would be amazed. They just pulled off a Super Bowl show. Them the ancestors, they tricked the evil, live backwards. You know what I mean? It's evil.
absolutely. But you know what though, brother?
Love. Go ahead, you got it.
The the song "Burn Hollywood Burn" it is synonymous to, you know, it is synonymous to what's going on. But when people played that song in reference to what's going on over there, you know, the song is over 30 years old. Okay, it's over 30 years old, and he came out. Chuck D came out and he spoke out against people using the song in reference to the fire. You know, we know that's not what he meant when he said burn Hollywood burn. He was talking about Hollywood and the people who run it in specific. But if that's not what you meant, and not only that, for a 30-plus-year-old song, I wouldn't have came out and said nothing. I just would have let it be how it is. If that's how you want to interpret it, that's on you. Because I can't spark a flame and then a fire start 30 plus years later, and you're gonna blame me for it. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No, not blaming. The I said everything happened. This is everything happened for a reason. By that
No,
song
no,
being made,
I get what you're saying, or what I'm saying is people were saying things because people were using that song when it was referencing fires.
Right. So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. He talking about burn the industry down, not burn
Exactly.
the city down. Right.
Exactly. Exactly. You're talking about burn the industry down. Yes, sir.
God forbid she celebrates by sea walking. So we know Drake and Serena's past ain't a good one. We got 2 exes on the stage now. Ooh, I'm just saying. Also, Serena and SZA, I'm so proud of you for walking away from that crazy man. Then we get Mustard in his custom leather Vents and Star jacket. So proud of our boys. Look at them. They're so cute together. I could watch them dance like this on the field the entire time. And look, if you're mad, if Drake is mad, reminder at the end, Kendrick tells you to turn your TV off. Turn his TV off. The revolution was televised. Are we locked in? Are you locked in? Honestly, because this is a message to those watching and ourselves, because we need to recognize who is dividing us. And this was such a fun halftime show. There's a lot of things that might have gone over your heads or maybe confused you. And the thing is, no one is going to be 100 at this. This is some heavy research, and it's going to take a lot of time to dissect every single part. And I only think the only person that knows the entire story is Kendrick and his creative team. And for those not in America that are watching this video, because I know you guys like to watch the Kendrick Lamar videos to understand, our nation is divided right now, and a lot of folks are in bad places. Scary.
Right now, when was it actually not divided? Please enlighten me. I've been around 59 years, so please enlighten me of when it wasn't divided. Yeah, while I'm on that, I have it on my mind. Today was the 60th anniversary of the assassination of Malcolm X in the Audubon Ballroom in New York. Pay homage to El Hajj Malik Shabazz, the brother Malcolm X, a brother who stood and acted on our behalf, a man among men. Salute to brother Malcolm X. And I also want to say rest in peace to Violetta Wallace, the mother of the notorious B.I.G. She passed away today also.
What's this? What's the date? What's the date?
The 21st of February.
There go your 3. I'm trying to tell you, this is crazy. 223. Right, this is crazy, man. Yeah, this is crazy. This stuff that it's hard to explain without people thinking you got on a tinfoil hat. But we gonna pick the day that add up to 3 to assassinate you. I wouldn't be surprised if they ain't just killed Biggie's mom. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? It could have been natural, but what's the irony of you passing away the same day Malcolm X was? You understand me?
Yeah.
Wonder Prince's death. I wonder what the date was. Michael Jackson, what was the date? You're gonna see them 369s all around. It's almost like it's a hit like type stuff. But go ahead.
Okay.
Scary places, harmful places. Take the opportunity to do your own research. Mind you, maybe listen and learn from those affected by said conditions, because it's a hard time. The last thing I want during Black History Month is ignorant hate towards this performance, criticizing the political message without trying to learn more about it first. That's it for my breakdown on Kendrick Lamar's halftime Super Bowl show. There's probably much more to it. Again, I wrote this through the night after we got home after our 5-hour stream. We did such a good job here at New Rockstars. I can't believe we did that. Follow me at Lulu_Clemens. Subscribe to all 3 channels in the New Rockstars.
That's that, brother. That was a good breakdown that the sister did. I think it's one of the better breakdowns of Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance. And I also think we hit our mark, brother Sir Drop. I think we hit our mark on our breakdown also. What you think, brother?
Yeah, I think this was perfect, especially when time flies. Yeah,
Yes,
2 hours real quick. That went real quick, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Indeed.
but reason why I liked her breakdown before we get out of here is it was unbiased. It ain't like she blackity black or none of that. It's an unbiased review. She almost sounded like an ad. That's how professional she was.
It was very
And that's
professional.
hard to she had to go to school for that. She had to. That was too perfect. The way she did it and everything. Because we used to have to do school well, I ain't have to do them because I'm too old, but my kids had to do school projects where they had to do stuff like that. And that would be their grade. They'd get a grade for it or whatever. Film something, man. But yeah, man, I think we hit it on the head. But you said when it was a time we wasn't divided, it was like for like 18 months, and it was the hippie era. That's why Kendrick had on them bell bottoms, man. It was cool. When nobody divided. Get the
Yeah,
smoking weed everywhere, the hitchhiking era. It was just cool, you know. They end up
yeah,
locking Manson up, acting like Manson was really for the Negroes. That's funny as hell. But anyway, they locked Manson up and destroyed the hippie era, which might have been a good thing because they was getting real comfortable. It was
talking
getting
about that
real
wood, talking
comfortable.
about that wood stock when they was smoking the weed, wearing the tie-dye shirts.
Yeah, the Cheech and Chong era. Remember all our people used to watch Cheech and Chong. We'd be like
Exactly.
15, 16, like, you know what I mean? That's when it was all cool. Mexicans was cool with black folks and white folk, and everything was vainglorious. Government couldn't have that. We gotta divide y'all. The thing I don't like about it is they divide us. I can see if you divide organically, sort of like if you go into the lunchroom, you gonna see black people sitting together, white people sitting together. You go to the Summit County Jail, just naturally, the blacks gonna sit at that table, the Mexicans be at that, and it ain't nothing about division. It's just a natural thing that you gonna group together.
Exactly.
So they control the groups though individually. This is why we had classes. If they put all the people in one auditorium, you can't teach them shit. You can't program nothing into them. But no, we're gonna take these 30, bell ring. The next 30, bell ring. Next 30, and they do that 9 times, ironically.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
program the whole world. Until we
See,
program our kid. Yeah, I got the rant. My bad. You got it.
no, you good, bro. You good. I'm just agreeing with you. I'm just agreeing with you. Now, a lot of those who allow themselves to be used don't even realize that they're pawns in the game too. Can you imagine somebody who's a pawn in the game thinking that they're better and they got an advantage and all they have to be, you know, is other than us and they think that they're better? That's the crazy part. They will use any and everybody. Even the police, they're down with us, but being that they give some perceived, they're giving some perceived authority over people, and they don't even realize that they're pawns in the game, and they're doing the wickedness of the system. And that same system don't even see them as the same system see them as peons. That same system, but they will act on behalf of that system. And they don't even realize that they're pawns in the same game they play on us. But once
Yeah,
but once the
that's
people
success.
but once the people wake up and realize that, which I see happening, it's a done deal then. It's done. Because you
And
got 300 plus million people. They won't be able to stop what we will be able to do if we put our minds to it. They won't. If this government becomes
absolutely.
tyrannical.
Yeah, it'll get touchy. There's so many ideologies on it. It's like if we reverse the game, right? Say we reverse the game. Are we now them evil people? See what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
like we gotta it gotta crash. We gotta go through some heartaches. It gotta be back to boots on the ground. Technology, I blame technology. I don't even blame a race of people. Right now, it used to just be the television, the telling lies to our vision. It used to be the television. Now they got phones, laptops, computers, commercials, ads. They just hands on. Then they tell you smart car, get you a smart refrigerator. Man, a refrigerator ain't gotta tell me what's in it. Look,
Yeah, I mean, your smartphone, a dumb Negro with a smartphone, or you got a smart this, you got a smart that, and the internet. In all actuality, the faster your internet is, the more intellectually lazy you become, because we have microwave knowledge. All we have to do is click on this and click on that, and most of us don't like doing research. We don't like researching, so we'll click on the first thing that we see, and it may resonate with us or it may not. But some of us will click on the first thing that we see, and we'll start teaching it as the truth. That makes us intellectually lazy. I like physical books. I would never get a book on Kindle. I'll never read a book on a computer. I like physical books. So I can get in my recliner, recline, and just read a physical book. Because I want to be able to go back to it, flip the page. I just like the physical book.
and the
That's
exercise behind it. It
yeah,
strengthens the mind. It don't even
yeah.
have to be a book. It could just be the newspaper. Just read, and
I like the physical news.
it like it single file your thoughts. That's why they used to call them exercises in school. Everything is an exercise. People be like, "What you learn from school that you using in your everyday life?" It wasn't about that. It was about training my brain and exercising my brain. It's a muscle. It wasn't about I'm never gonna dissect a frog. It's about I had to use my brain to even understand how to dissect a frog. So it's a training process. It's like doing reps. You know what I mean? And I noticed that because I done fell back on my reading. I
Exactly.
used
I
to
mean,
read
like you
all
said, reps.
kind of
You said reps. That's key. Reps. Any type of reps. I don't care if it's reading. If you read repetitiously, you're building your vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? You're building something. Anything you do repetitious build. So that's on point,
and
brother.
like say I'm writing a rap, s- way more thoughts come to me. It's like I can write a rap deeper than anything I can say naturally. Just talking normal, but then I can write a rap where I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that. And I the one wrote the rap. It's like
Wow.
like the ancestors, man. Like some raps just write theyself. You'll be writing or jotting and it'll just take you just like, man, it's coming too easy. This is too easy. You'll be done in about 13 to 15 minutes and wrote a masterpiece. Stuff you spent months on can't compare to it. And it's like you will listen to it and be like, I didn't even know I knew that. Where now you researching your own raps. Like, let me see if I was right when I said that.
I mean, that you're correct about the ancestors, brothers. Sometimes it comes through them, especially with meditation, because there's a lot, brother, that it's just been instilled. I don't know how it's in me. I study a lot, but some things I don't know where I got it from. I just say things. I'll be like, wow. It started from somewhere. It wasn't always books around. So some people just have a gift. Some people have been gifted with information and knowledge. Knowledge origin is not in the book. It's in the mind. Not in the book.
Yeah. And on that note, man, I guess we can shut it down, man. But like what you did, we keep going because like what you said, my saying to that is some stuff is ungoogleable. Like you can't just Google everything. It gotta be encrypted. It's like, and then they go, well, you got on the tinfoil hat. No, I don't. It's hard to Google how the birds be in sync when they flying and they all go left at the same time. You can Google it, but you're still not understanding how they do it. They just telling you what they're doing. So when you understand how they're doing it, that's ungoogleable. They do it because of this, to this, to this, to this, and it locks in. And now they all in sync. So, you know what I mean? So it's like some stuff you just can't Google when it's the cause and effect of it.
Exactly. And especially when the Air Force, they learned their formation from the birds. They learned that from them, their formations when they're flying sync like that. They learn from the birds. Well, my brother, I enjoyed this. I appreciate you coming through, brother. Chopping it up with me and breaking down this Super Bowl halftime performance by Kendrick Lamar. I want to thank all the families who came through to hang out with us this evening. I appreciate it. And on that note, my brother, I'm just going to thank everybody. I want to thank my wife first and foremost. She's always watching. She's mine, That's the executive director right there, my wife. And
that's the director.
That's she's the executive director. That's beyond director.
Yeah, man. That's the lady is great motivation, man. Always remember that.
Exactly.
What men do. Oh, yeah. I was about to go into a whole nother back. No, I was just about to say, what men do, women gotta know it's always for you. It's not for us. If it's just up to us, man, we'll sit in the recliner and watch TV all day. It's for the kids and for the women. This is why men is protectors, man. And I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that, like, you know what I mean?
That's on point too, my brother. Indeed. I want to thank D. Allen Warren, T. Riggles, Chief 18 Wills, Miles Thoughts, Relentless.
Miles.
Let's see, Relentless, Gorillas McCoy, Big Dog Philly OG.
Hey, yo, Big Dog.
My brother, my physical brother, Brother Kyrie of the Enemy's Public. He's in the building this evening. David M. Roger W. Let me see who else in the building. Quinn Emerson was in the building. Let me see. I want to make sure I thank everybody. Jared Jaguar in the building. Sharice the Realist in the building.
She wanted to.
Thank everyone for joining us this evening. It's been a good one. Thank you, my brother Sir Drop, for joining me this evening. I appreciate it. We're going to do another one, brother. I'll be in touch. So you got any ideas, call me and I'll call you. Until then, peace. This is the Enemy's Public. I am Bro.Nasir. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.